Now, Dulwich might not be Oxford or Cambridge, but it does have a surprisingly large amount of schools, the most famous being Dulwich College. Our postcard today is from Dulwich. Well, it's time to meet Brian Green, our local author and historian, who can tell us all about this village just 5 miles from London. This could be a cathedral, it could be a church, it could certainly be some kind of palace.
Yes.
It is very, very imperial looking, and it's
grand.
Dulwich College.
That's right. It was built in the North Italian Venetian style, if you like, of the 14th century, and you're going to recognise features such as the little tower up there, which is very reminiscent of Italy and that area of Venice and that part. It was built really from money raised by the sale of land by to the railway companies, and that raised £100,000. And the brief to the architect was, we want a building that will meet our resources and expectations and our aspirations, and this is what they got. And in fact, the success of this college became unstoppable from the moment it was built in 1870. It was almost immediately oversubscribed. The original plan was that there are 3 blocks, as you can see. In one block would be Alleyne School, in another block down here will be Dulwich College, and this central block will be a library for the 2. But in fact, the upwardly mobile Victorian parents wanted a grand and public school education for their sons, and so Dulwich College in fact occupied the whole of the building immediately, and Alleyne School had to be built as a separate building a couple of miles away.
I've heard of this chap, Alleyne. Who was he?
He was quite a famous Elizabethan actor. He was also owner of a bear garden on Bankside. He owned the Fortune Theatre in Golden Lane. He had part shares in the Little Rose Theatre with his father. In fact, the designs for the Little Rose Theatre are in the library here, and it's on that, based on that the new globe has been designed on the detail left on the building of the Little Rose Theatre.
Right, and so that new one, that the Wanamaker.
The Wanamaker one, yes.
Yeah,
Wanamaker came down regularly to consult the diary of this actor manager, Edward Alleyne, and his father-in-law.
And was he a Dulwich person? Is that why the link is with Dulwich?
No, the link was that Alleyne decided he would retire from the stage around 1600 or soon after, although he did bit parts, if you like, afterwards.
We do, all of us, we all do that.
And he wanted to perpetuate his name as an actor charity, and he decided he would buy an estate where he was established a hospital for elderly people and a school for boys and a religious foundation as well.
Now, let me get this right. That says 1619.
That's correct.
This is also Dulwich College. Now, why is there another one up the road then that we've just seen in red, the Venetian style?
The Venetian style. Well, it all started here. It started here in around 1603 when this famous Elizabethan actor Edward Alleyne bought the manor of Dulwich. 1,500 acres. He leased the farm, so that would generate money to support what you see here, which is old people's home. Originally, back in when it was founded in 1619 and 1616, there were 6 old men and 6 old women who were actually kept on opposite sides of this quadrangle.
They divided the sexes?
They certainly did. Also occupying rooms over this side were 12 poor scholars. They were boys they were either orphans or from one-parent families from 4 parishes connected with Edward Alleyne. They would either be from where he was born, where he had his Fortune Theatre in Golden Lane, in which is now the Barbican, or from Bankside, where he had his bear garden and where he was church warden, or at St Giles Camberwell, which is the borough we are in, the parish we are in.
And where was he born?
He was born at St Botolph's, Bishopsgate.
Right.
And the central building was a chapel for the use of the old people and also the boys, and also for the villagers of Dulwich, who would otherwise have had to walk 2 miles for the parish to the parish church.
Right. And Dulwich Village, if we go around this war memorial, is this for the Dulwich College boys who served, presumably?
Yes, it is, in the First World War.
And down here we've got Dulwich Village itself.
We come down to Dulwich Village, which can trace its history back to 967.
Is that the first mention?
That's the first mention, 967. It means that the Dulwich comes from Dulwich, the valley where the dill grows.
A quaint little house over there.
Well, it's not a house actually, it was built as a grammar school, built in 1840, and the architect of that was Sir Charles Barry, who of course designed the Houses of Parliament. And in fact he was designing this at the same time as he was building the Houses of Parliament, so he obviously had his hands full.
Flimming heck, I mean, you've got the microcosm, the macrocosm there, haven't you? That would be fit into one room in the House of Parliament.
It would.
And you found yourself a very nice little seat here.
Yes, did you notice it's got the words Siste Viator, which means rest wayfarer, and it's got the date 1772. Now if you come round the other side, you'll see that it's got on it, especially from this side, here we are, 5 miles from the standard Cornhill.
Schools, colleges, another school here. I don't think I've seen so many places of education in one place as I have in Dulwich.
No, I don't think you will. There must be more schools per square yard here than anywhere else in the country. And they're all quite large schools. Dulwich College, 1,400 pupils. Alleyne School, I think 900. James Allen Girls' School, 200 yards away, 800. In the Dulwich village we have 2 other schools of about 400 or 500 and 200, so huge number of schools.
And just as unique, a glass spire. I don't think I've seen one of those before.
No, this
either.
is the first glass spire on any church in this country. The church replaced one that was built in the late Victorian period, which was destroyed, we think, by arson. And the congregation met for 4 years down in the hall in the village, but moved back here. It's a very interesting design, beautiful design. It seats our congregation of 300 quite comfortably and 500 at the big saints' days. What has been rather interesting about it was built by an American architect who fell in love with one of the members of the planning committee, and their first child was baptised here a few weeks ago, almost on the first anniversary of the church. So it's got a very happy story.
That's nice and romantic, and an unusual dedication to the Saint Barnabas.
St Barnabas.
That's another new one for me. I haven't met a church with a St Barnabas dedication.